Okay, now we just need to fill out your dating bio.
When games take inspiration from a more popular series, the result can easily be a project that mirrors its muse a little too closely. However, I can see how the lines blurred during development. I've been following Eternights for a long time, ever since I saw the developer posting questions and sharing ideas within the visual novel subreddit. The passion I saw from Studio Sai in those early days of conception can still be seen today. While many point to the developer's statement that the Persona series was a huge inspiration, I believe I see more of Studio Sai within Eternights than anything related to Persona. After playing through the demo, the game appears to be a product of a group of fans creating something for themselves, without holding back who they are within the game's writing, systems, and direction. The result is a unique experience that takes chances you'd normally say would be too ambitious from an indie developer, but here, it works better than anyone could have imagined. Before we get into the video, we'd like to thank our Patreon supporters for making this possible. Please take a second to check out patreon.com/noisypixel to support independent game journalism.
We can hide in those lockers! Why are you in here?
Eternights allows you to name your protagonist, a college boy simply trying to go on a date. With the help of his best friend Shani, he sets up his online profile and plays the swiping game. The opening of the game shows just how normal these characters' lives are before all hell breaks loose as the protagonist makes his way to go on his first date. A giant wall surrounds the city, and the citizens trapped inside begin to transform into zombie-like creatures. After meeting back up with his friend and ditching the date, the two run into Yuna, a popular idol with a strange healing power. The events become even stranger when the protagonist's arm is cut off, revealing a magical arm that can turn into a sword and fight back against the upcoming threat. The group is led by a woman talking through a drone, promising them their questions will be answered, but they'll need to follow her guidance. Reflecting back on the opening moments and the writing in general, these characters aren't written in a way that we would be envious of. I often recall playing Persona 5 and thinking about how cool the protagonist is, but also that I could never be him. In Eternights, I instantly connected to the overly perverted jokes between friends or the subtle jabs of making an out-of-pocket comment at an awkward time.
Dude, we stole a lot of porn from my grandpa. You need to be more specific. That was a classic. You threw that away, right? Dude, I didn't know you were that into it.
Guys?
This is the highlight of the dialogue choices, which raises personality stats depending on your response. Sometimes I couldn't really connect the stat that was raised with what I replied with, but I enjoyed having the options. On top of that, I think the writers did a great job of highlighting other emotions, such as jealousy or anger. These aren't perfect characters by any means, and just a few days prior, they were normal college kids. So it was good to see the various facets explored in the game's opening. Once you acquire the sword, you'll face rooms of enemies. Combat is action-based, where you have a light and strong attack that leads to special abilities or even a deadly blow. As you land hits, you'll raise a gauge to unleash a special ability. This is then followed by a few quick-time events, which are necessary to master to break the shield of certain bosses. You can also utilize the abilities of your party members, who are just running around otherwise, since it's explained that the enemies only care about the protagonists. How convenient. Combat also has a dodge mechanic that slows down time and grants some invincibility. After getting the hang of the timing and follow-up actions, I found it possible to just destroy bosses without taking much damage. I would say a higher difficulty might be necessary, but I found the combat to provide a balanced experience. There's plenty to be excited about when looking at the systems and overall promising aspects of Eternights. Other elements of gameplay that I didn't get to experience too much are the puzzles and dating mechanics. Still, what I was able to play has left me confident that the passion behind the development of this game is thriving, and I can't wait to play more. Eternights is coming to PS4, PS5, and PC on September 21st, 2023. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.